about the four components of the RACE Fire Pre-Plan. The R is for rescue. Rescue the person or persons in immediate danger. If your facility is not equipped with sprinklers, you should begin evacuating the facility first, then proceed with the rescue effort. The A in RACE is for alarm. Be sure to sound the alarm as soon as a fire is discovered. That means knowing where fire alarms are located and how to set them off. If your facility has sprinklers, you can follow up the alarm with a 911 call. But remember, if your facility is not equipped with sprinklers, the first thing to do is evacuate the building. The C in RACE is for contain. You can help keep a fire contained by closing doors. Keep the fire confined in one area as much as possible. And finally, the E is for evacuate. It's the last letter in RACE, but it's the first thing you should do if your facility is not equipped with sprinklers. Get consumers out of the facility as quickly as you can. It's the surest way to prevent injuries and loss of life. Remember, how and when you activate the RACE Fire Pre-Plan depends on your facility and the nature of the fire. Be sure you understand clearly your facility's fire procedures. Know what actions you should take and in what order you should take them.
Now let's look at some of the types of fire detectors and alarm systems used in residential care facilities. Smoke detectors are set off by the amount of visible or invisible particles of smoke in the air. Heat detectors are triggered when the temperature in an area exceeds a certain level. Know where these detectors are in your facility. Know how they work and how to check them to make sure they're operating. Your facility may also be equipped with manual fire alarms, which are activated from pull stations. If so, know where they are, how they work, and how and when to use them. They are an effective early warning system that can alert your entire facility of the danger of a fire. The RACE Fire Pre-Plan stresses the importance of evacuating your facility in the event of a fire, especially if it's not equipped with sprinklers. In a residential care facility, that can be easier said than done. Because many consumers may have physical handicaps or other disabilities, evacuating your facility can pose several challenges. Some consumers may use canes, walkers, braces, artificial limbs, or wheelchairs. Others may be taking medications, which can make it difficult for them to wake up or leave them confused and unable to move quickly. Consumers who are hearing impaired may not be awakened by a fire alarm, and still others may simply resist having to evacuate.
You should know which consumers will need the most help and be prepared to act accordingly. Be aware of consumers who may resist and know what to do and how to do it. Some consumers may want to take time to dress or gather their belongings. Knowing how to deal with all these possibilities and being prepared to act swiftly and smoothly is the key to a safe and orderly evacuation. There's no such thing as too much planning and preparation for such a situation. Once consumers are up and moving towards exits, you may encounter other problems. Some consumers may try to return to their rooms to gather belongings. Others may be frightened by smoke and fire and panic. Make sure you're prepared to deal with such problems. One of your most important duties at this point will be to determine if everyone has been evacuated from your building. Do this by conducting a head count at the designated safe meeting place outside the building. The fire department will want to know if all consumers and staff are accounted for. How they handle the fire emergency will depend on the answer to that question. Evacuating your facility safely can be the difference between life and death. Ideally, the evacuation is completed while the fire is still contained. But that may not be the case. You may find yourself and consumers surrounded by smoke while you're trying to reach an exit. If so, remember the air closest to the floor will be the clearest. If you have to open a closed door while moving toward an exit, remember there may be a fire on the other side. To check, feel the door with your hand. If it feels hot, that means fire is likely and you may have to choose another way out of the building. If you become trapped in a room, keep the door closed. Hang something from a window to attract the attention of firefighters, and stay near the window or the door to the room, since these are the areas rescuers are likely to check first. Your facility is probably equipped with portable fire extinguishers. There are 4 classes of extinguishers, each for a different type of fire. Class A is for fire involving paper products. Class B for grease fires. Class C for electrical fires, and Class D for combustible metals. You should know which types of extinguishers your facility has, where they are located, and how to operate them. Remember, your first responsibility in the event of a fire is to rescue those most at risk and sound the alarm. If your facility is equipped with sprinklers, using a portable fire extinguisher may make sense. But if your facility doesn't have sprinklers, evacuating the building is always the first order of business.
In this video, we've given you some very important basics about fire safety in residential care facilities. Our fire safety checklist is your guide to fire prevention, and the Race Fire Pre-Plan will help you know what to do should a fire occur. Because this message was designed to provide information to staff in many different types of residential care facilities, it can't tell you what you need to know for your own situation. That's why it's critical that you are well trained in the fire safety and evacuation plans for your individual facility. The staff of residential care facilities have an enormous responsibility to the people they care for. And part of that responsibility is to protect their safety in the event of a fire. All staff members should know their specific duties in a fire emergency. They should know where exit doors and windows are located and how to operate them, as well as the location and operation of all fire alarm pull stations, smoke and heat detectors, and control stations. Staff members should know where portable fire extinguishers are located, what type they are, and how to operate them. They should also understand any problems that have occurred in past fire drills and be aware of any special difficulties they may encounter in a fire emergency. They should thoroughly understand their facility's evacuation plan, the designated safe meeting place, and what to do to keep consumers from returning to the building. And finally, staff members should know the emergency telephone number of their local fire department, as well as the department's own procedures for a fire emergency in their facility. Working in a residential care facility can be enormously rewarding and equally challenging. The consumers you care for have a wide variety of needs. They depend on you for many types of assistance, and in the event of a fire, their safety and their very lives will depend on you as well.
Knowing how to prevent fires and being fully prepared should one occur is the duty of every staff member of every residential care facility. Make sure you thoroughly understand your facility's fire safety procedures. Take them seriously, and practice them often in fire drills. Hopefully, you'll never have to use them, but it is imperative that you be ready, just in case.
I'm Mark Sanders.
And I'm Laura McGarry. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.